without a shadow of a doubt, not like I'm not saying, hey, these are the top things that are happening. The first thing that comes to my mind when we need to talk about, these are not in chronological order of how I see them. These are just things that constantly are standing out. And let's get to them. Number one, Bernard Gooden, the defensive tackle from South Florida, continues to stand out to me. Day after day, day after day, day after day. 88 continues to make plays in the running game and doing some really good things in the pass game, pushing the pocket to let these edge guys get around the tackles and get up to the quarterback. Garrett's been under a lot of pressure because, again, today, Bernard Gooden made an impact on two running plays in 11 on 11. Today, LSU defensive coordinator Blake Baker spoke, and I thought that there was only one question that I could ask him. What is going on with Bernard Gooden? This is what he said.
Coach, Bernard Gooden has been flashing a lot, very twitchy, off the ball really fast. What is it for him in the run game specifically with his size, but yet being able to push the pocket in the interior that you've seen and liked?
Yeah, that was a great pickup. Bernard Gooden has been a joy in every sense of the word to coach. He is high energy. Y'all probably hear him more than anyone on the field. But in today's game, you even look in the NFL, there's not many, a lot of really, really successful defensive tackles are going to be between 280 and 305 pounds. The thing that he does really well, because he is so twitchy and has such good get-off, his second foot's in the ground before the offensive lineman. So even though he might be giving up 30 pounds, he's able to get leverage and get power, and the offensive lineman doesn't have his second foot in the ground. So, one of the things that we did through the evaluation process, obviously being an undersized guy, is really evaluate him hard against the run, and we really liked what we saw, and we really, really like what we see up to this point. He's done a great job creating havoc and holding point.
So that was the question that I asked LSU defensive coordinator Blake Baker. Look, I do not know if Bernard Gooden is going to go into week 1 versus Clemson and start making the same level of plays that he's doing in fall camp. I pray to sweet Bayou Jesus that he goes in there and gets to Kate Klubnik, goes in there and gets after this run game for Clemson, because that means that we're going to have success. The bottom line remains in camp, which is remain to be seen. If he continues to put these days together, if he continues to put everything we've seen and continue to build off of that, because not only do I think he's going to play, he's going to start. I mean, how in the world can this dude be out here making the level of plays that he is, whether it's against your team or not? Now, maybe he doesn't start in the opening part of it. Maybe you want to go to base. Maybe you want to do something else. I don't know. But 88 has been all over the place in the run game defensively. And he has been a massive deal for Blake Baker and company. Now, in asking him, let's talk about what Blake Baker sees. Okay. So what he sees is a guy that's very twitchy. I agree with him. Guys, he's off the ball quicker than anybody. I feel like I'm watching a dude get out of a 40-yard dash stance. He is out of there quickly. He's swimming. He's getting in the backfield, and these guys are not quick enough in the interior to get to him. Are these guys against Clemson quick enough to get to him either? I don't know. I simply don't know. But 88 continues to stand out. Will he do it during the season? Will be the ultimate question. He just keeps making plays. And if a guy just continues to make plays over and over and over again, guys, we might have, at the end of the day, have to have a serious conversation. In reference to his weight, guys, he's probably 6 foot 260. Maybe he's a little bit of a tweener and what you want to do ultimately. But guys, he's just given Chester, he's just given Thompson all that they can handle. All that they can handle. So we'll see. Another thing that stands out, and one thing that just stands out for the day, for me, as we take these things into one practice sample sizes, Barion Brown had a hell of a day. A hell of a day. Neither corner could stand with him. None of them. The only one that made a play against him was when he was himself when he dropped it, and maybe P.J. Woodland when he had a PBU. Other than that, Barion Brown had a big day. I do wonder how they're going to utilize Barion and Chris and Nick and Xavion and Aaron. I don't even think they know, to be real with you. But we have been kind of waiting for one of these transferred receivers to have a massive day, and today it came from Barion Brown. Him and Garrett had a really good connection. They found each other a couple times, and off to the races we go. But good for Barion because, guys, speed's going to kill here. It's a team that you've orchestrated, and Barion Brown had some really good plays. I would say a couple of other guys that stood out to me today was Trey'Dez Green because Trey'Dez finally made his stamp today. And I think he had some unreal throws that he was able to come down with that were really, really greatly placed by your quarterback. Some fade routes, some stuff in the red zone, some out routes that he was getting to. Got one against West Weeks, got a couple against Perkins, a couple touchdowns against Perkins. Made some really good plays. Can number 14 be the ultimate mismatch on your offense? We talk about Hilton, we talk about Anderson, we talk about Durham, we talk about the offensive line, we talk about all these different things. Guys, you have a physical mismatch when Trey'Dez is out there. He is fast, he is physical, and I think even Blake Baker brought that up today. And when he was asked a question, and he was like, he was talking about the linebacker. He goes, "Man, listen, Trey'Dez Green is a nightmare to cover. I mean, Trey'Dez has given them all that they could handle plus some." And today, he ultimately did. P.J. Woodland. Guys, number 11 is making plays too. Multiple passes broken up, multiple PBUs, multiple times where he's been in lockstep coverage. He's looked really good. With Jakeem Jackson being out today, and even when he was not out and was out there on Saturday, we've seen PJ run with the ones, if you will. Again, I don't know how much play he's going to get here, but guys, again, in these 11-on-11 situations, when they went to their dime package, dime or nickel or coverage nickel, the four guys that have been at corner have been such that have been rotating in there the most. It has been Delane. It has been Stamps. Jackson has gotten in there some. But when they go to a dime or nickel, Cooley will go to one inside slot corner, and either Stamps or Mansour Delane is going to be at the other. P.J. Woodland and Ashton Stamps, when they go to these different unique things, are on the boundary. Jackson will rotate in there with Woodland, but guys, P.J. Woodland keeps making plays. And they went to a coverage nickel today, and in that coverage nickel, P.J. Woodland's playing. P.J. Woodland's out there, and he's making a couple of really good plays. I think today that those guys stood out the most, and I think that for what it's worth, outside of Trey'Dez Green, I think Barion's done some things. He's kind of started to come along, but P.J. Woodland has been very consistent along with Bernard Gooden. Couple other things, last player that we need to talk about before we talk about the running game and what today transpired in the last couple of days. I thought Garrett Nussmeier had his best day. It's so wild that we can be on a Thursday and we can be on a Friday and practice getting canceled and we don't know the status of him, for him to just turn right around and absolutely abuse this secondary, because he did. It's the best day by far that Garrett Nussmeier's had. He's made some really good he made some elite – guys, he made number 1 overall pick throws today. Wasn't under a lot of pressure. When he did get under pressure in 11-on-11, guys, he scrambled for 11. Good on him. He wasn't touched, and he made a play. Today was the best day that 13's had. Guys, I think of all the other days that we were out there, maybe there were some couple of throws. But collectively as a day, nothing was better than what we saw from number 13 today. Big thing for me tomorrow. If Garrett puts another day like that together and you got back-to-back days and you start stringing this, maybe somebody should have hit his knee sooner. And don't break it, but guys, he looked really good. I thought from the receiving core to him, because they had a really bad day on Saturday, an awful day Saturday. They were worn out, and they looked sluggish. And guys, quite honestly, they have looked very clunky the first couple of weeks. Very clunky. I mean, so much so, guys, on Saturday, they had 2 3-and-outs, and they were out of there. Today, they go in a 2-minute, and they're out there slinging that pill around, and you can't stop them. Nah. See you later, ho. We're going out there and throwing punches. And they did. If Garrett puts multiple days like that together, then my God. Patrick Payton, for me, I think Patrick Payton's had a couple of really nice days string together. He's had a couple of passes defensed, couldn't get to the quarterback, got his hands up, knocked the ball down. When's the last time we saw defensive ends around here knocking the ball down when they can't get to the quarterback? 6 looks good. And he's done some really good things. Some very, very, very good things. Guys, Patrick Payton, for what it's worth, has the talent to be a top 10 overall pick. We're not talking about him a lot, and maybe we should be. He's making plays, man. And this is 3 days where I got number 6 out there just doing really good things. He's got that caliber of talent. Does he put it all together? If number 6 can put it all together, then man, I think he can have a bigger season than what like Braden Swinson had for you a year ago. Good news is I think Gabe Rutherford and Pyburn and Butler and even Kalaj Cobbins, for what it's worth, is giving him not everything so focused on him. This camp with Bernard Gooden and Don McKinley doing some good things in the interior, you can't really game plan for 6, and you got to go on an island, and he's making them pay. Garrett has had multiple screens that have been batted down because 6 is just making unreal plays. This is the 3rd straight day that I've seen him. I'm like, there goes 6 again. There goes 6, making some plays. Can he consistently put it together will be a big thing here. I think the edge room's been really good. I think they've been phenomenal. They got weapons there, man. They got weapons. I am bullish on that edge room. I really am. Can they play to their potential? Can Kevin Peoples get it out of them? Will be the big thing. Last but not least, let's get to the big chunk of this. We had a super chat in here earlier from Cajun Curveball, and it talked about the run game. I don't need the notes for this one. We need to have a serious conversation. You can't run the ball right now. Guys, we've been out there for 10 days. You've had some explosives. You've had some decent runs. Guys, how many more days do I need to see this thing to get moving? You have a situation in a walkthrough period where your offensive coordinator is going stupid because either you're doing something wrong, the scout team's doing something wrong. I don't know. It looks like you're doing something wrong. Because why is he freaking out? I don't know. They would tell you it was something to do with the scout team. Guys, they're standing there with pads. They're standing there with a pad right there, and you got to walk to the guy. They're doing walkthroughs. Like, if you're not able to correct it there and be good there, you're not going to be good in 11 on 11. Guys, quite honestly, I don't know how good your defensive line is. Maybe Bernard Gooden is really good. Maybe Patrick Payton and Gabe Rutherford and Don McKinley and Jacoby and Guillory and Austin Bro and Austin Bro is the guy I went to college with. Ahmad Bro and or Jamari Butler, Jack Pyburn. Maybe they are that good. Maybe they are. I don't know. But one thing is right now you can't run the ball. And the God's honest truth is that is a massive factor. You were 108th in the country last year in running the football. And a part of me is like, well, Blake, don't go too crazy because last year they were running the ball all over this defense. You got out there to the game was the worst thing that you did all year. Literally what we thought was going to be the biggest strength, literally, not even joking, was the biggest weakness from a season ago. Because right now you cannot run the football. You can't run the football. That has got to get corrected. I don't know. I think that you are getting out physicaled to some degree. I think that maybe it's schematic. I don't know. Because I just don't think that there's a lot of scheme that needs to go into running an inside zone. There's nothing, there is nothing for me that, in my humble opinion of football, that screams schematics when you're going into a pistol and you're running a dive and Bernard Gooden is literally right there as Caleb Jackson takes the handoff. A guy in front of you is flat out beating you. He's flat out beating you. So I would love a day where this offensive line goes out there and just punches somebody in the mouth, and you line up and you're running the football and you're really getting after it. Guys, out some of these crazy explosive runs, you've got nothing. So there's a couple of questions that I ask here. Number one, is your front seven going to be that good? I hope that they are, and that's been the struggles as to why that you can't run the ball. Number two, are you just really that bad in the interior of the offensive line and you can't run the football? Is your offensive line going to continue to be a worry for you? Maybe it is. You got a hell of a test week one to test that out. Number three, maybe they do need more time, but again, the counteract to that is there's just not a lot of schematics that go into an inside zone, outside zone. Guys, you're getting beat. Whether you're getting off a block too soon, whether you're just getting flat out beat, or people want to talk about gelling. There is no real gelling in the run game in reference to, hey, center and guard, take the one technique, you're going to go up to the second level. It's pretty basic. Like, it's not, guys, this isn't rocket science. You've got 50-plus starts with three guys in your interior of your offensive line. They should know. Well, Willie, they don't know about the guy next to. And, I mean, like, DJ Chester and Braylon Moore have been together for a minute. I mean, they've been together for 6 months. Or 8 months. Something's got to get corrected. I don't want to sound any alarms because, again, you can go out there at Clemson and they line up and they just start smacking them right in the mouth, for all I know. But right now, it just doesn't look good to me. So I thought you had a quarterback and receiving core that really stood up and really did some good things. But Garrett needs your help. Are you going to be able to deliver it for him will be the question.